Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylin, a South African artist, crafter, content creator, and entrepreneur. Today we're trying out some Cricut Tik Tok hacks. I'm really excited, so let's go ahead and get started. So for our first hack, we're going to be placing a vinyl decal onto a surface using some soap and water. Now, in the 3 years that I've been cricketing and silhouetting, this is the first time I'm trying this. So someone did tell me about this before, but I just never tried it. I thought that's not going to work, and it actually works like a bomb. So I've just sprayed some on the surface of my decorative item, and then I'm going to place my decal on top of that. And the beautiful thing about this method is that you can get your decal on pretty accurately and you can get it on really straight. If you've ever placed a decal, you know that it can be a little bit hard getting it on straight, but this makes it really easy to get your decal on and exactly where you need it to be. The only thing about this method is that you do have to let the decal dry before you can remove the transfer tape, which is perfectly fine. If you leave it out in the sun, it takes about 10-15 minutes to dry. So for our second hack, we are going to be keeping the blade clean in a simple and convenient way. So I've got some tin foil over here, and I'm just going to press this into a bowl, and then I'm going to take my fine point blade, hold the plunger down, and just begin stabbing the tin foil. Now this keeps your blade clean. It also, someone said to me, it keeps the blade sharp, but I'm not 100% sure how true that is. But I think this is a really easy way to keep the blade clean, especially if you have a bit of debris around the blade. So for this next Cricut hack, I am going to be using SnapMat, which is available on iOS. So basically what this does is it lets you cut all of your designs in one go without having to switch out your mat and material in between each layer. So over here, I'm just placing my vinyl onto my cutting mat, and then I'll walk you through what you need to do on your iPhone. So I'm going to go ahead and open the Cricut app on my iPhone, and I'm going to insert a shape onto a new canvas that I've created. In this case, I am making a heart. I'm going to duplicate this heart twice. So to find the duplicate option, it is under Actions, and then I'm going to select all of the layers underneath the Layers tab. And I'm going to change the color of my designs to one solid color. Once I've selected a color, I'm going to go ahead and click on Make It. I'm going to click on SnapMat. And now I'm going to align my mat into this little area over here. So this was a little more complicated. I had to shift the mat around in order to capture it properly, but eventually I got it. So now we can go ahead and place our designs over the vinyl on the cutting mat. Then we are going to select our Cricut Air from the Bluetooth list, and then we will need to change our material and our blade. You can also set your material. If you have the Explore Air 2, you can set the dial to vinyl or whatever material you're cutting, and then obviously the fine point blade. And then once you're ready to go, you just need to press the little go button on your Cricut and it will start cutting. So if you've got multiple layers of decals or HTV to do, it's really simple to do this on your iPhone. You don't have to switch out your cutting mat for each material. So I found this really, really helpful. So next up we have heat transfer vinyl on adhesive vinyl. So I'm going to be very honest here. I didn't think that this would work. I honestly thought that my vinyl would melt under the heat of my mini press. But that wasn't the case. This actually worked, and I just can't believe you can actually heat press HTV onto vinyl. To me, that was really cool, and I'm really glad I gave it a try. Next up is reverse weeding, and it made it into today's video because it's just that good. So basically what you do is, without weeding your design, you take your transfer tape, place it over your entire design, burnish that down, and then you peel it off. And then you'll basically start weeding in the reverse. So you'll weed from the transfer tape rather than the backing sheet. And this technique is so useful for more intricate designs if you're working with really small, tiny names or menus or things like that. Reverse weeding is definitely going to be your best friend. So the next hack is to protect your cutting mats from debris. And I'm someone who doesn't like to get debris on my cutting mats. It just ends up looking horrible. So I thought this was really cool. So what I'm going to do is just place a piece of transfer tape on my cutting mat, and the sticky side needs to be facing up. And then I'm going to place my material face down just so that it doesn't slide around underneath the blade when the Cricut is cutting. I did make this mistake, and yeah, so I just flipped it over and that seemed to work perfectly fine. I only had foul leather. I don't have any other fabric to demonstrate this very well, but the idea is for the transfer tape to catch any debris from the fabric. Once the Cricut is done, you'll obviously just need to peel up the transfer tape along with your material, and don't forget to also peel up the transfer tape off of your cutout design. So I'm sure there are some crafters out there, or probably nearly all crafters have some sort of scrap vinyl stash, and this is such a creative way to use up some of that scrap vinyl and make little gifts with it. I decided to cut out my name with my scrap pieces, and it came out so beautifully, and I really loved it. So that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have made it this far, thank you for all of the support you have shown on my channel. I will see you guys in the next craft video. Bye!